Well, good morning everyone. We've got an absolutely rip snorter of a day here. Look at that, isn't it just beautiful? It's pretty much a bluebird. However, it is a good day to plant some grass seed, and the drill is coming soon. We're going to do the first lot of maize that came off. That's ready to be drilled. I can actually just see Dad over in that maize paddock. He's just spraying it out, giving it a dose of Roundup for any of the grasses and weeds that are there. He's into this one now, and it doesn't sound like it because I either didn't have my microphone turned on or there's a faulty connection. The downsides, technology. But this is what we're spraying for. Along here you can just see this summer grass, some of it's bristle grass, and it's really just weeds. So this is the stuff we're trying to kill. It's not too bad out in the middle of the paddock because once the maize canopy gets up there, it stops the light getting in there and nothing really grows. So it is quite tidy, but there's the odd plant that'll sort of pop up. So if we spray the whole lot, it sort of takes care of that. This is a good example over here. You can see just here's the first row, first, second, third and fourth out there. So in places it is coming out into the paddock 4 rows. And we want to drill grass seed right up to the fence or as close as we can get to it. And that's the whole point of spraying it, is that if we had left this like it is, this is just going to outcompete the new grass and it's not going to grow very well at all. I've found in the past that this way just works the best for me. It's just gone past 11. I thought the drill might have been here by now. He said it was coming this morning, but maybe it won't be till later on. It's a little bit hard to see from here, but the farm's definitely greened up a little bit, and that's from the help of it's just over 70 mils that we got a couple of days ago. I'm about to load up the Keenan for this afternoon. I have been driving it over there to get the maize out of that stack in the paddock. However, today I've pulled the cover off the front of the stack because I really need to steal some from the bottom here. And one little mistake that he made when he was stacking it, I mean, we did put a lot in here, but probably should have pushed the front up a bit, because when it does rain, all the water comes down and it just flows through here because this is the lowest point. You can see where the sort of channel has gone around there. I did take some out before it rained, but I couldn't get enough out, and then it got real muddy, so I sort of left it. But the concrete pad is right here, and I need to pretty much take everything back behind that, so straight through there. So it's actually quite a bit. Might be enough to fill the wagon for today. It'll also give me a chance to sort of tidy this corner up. You can see like quite a bit spilt over the side there. So yeah, if I can tidy it up a little bit, it'll certainly help. Looks a little bit better, but it's definitely not ideal. Totally my mistake. I should have said, yeah, keep everything behind that concrete lip. But the problem is that, see all this loose stuff here, like this is just going to mold now because it's going to be able to let air in. It needs to be packed down really. And I thought about doing it with the tractor, just running the front wheels over it just to try and pack it down a little bit, but they're just so dirty and it gets real muddy in here. I just didn't want to drag heaps of mud in either. Worst comes to worst, that when I come to open it next season, I'll have to just drag all this stuff out because it'll be mouldy, but whatever's under it will be alright. I mean, that'll do, but I've sort of run out of tyres. There's not a lot left over here. It's actually quite good too, and this year, instead of rolling or pulling the sheet out the whole length and then pulling it sideways, I cut it to the width and then folded it out that way. So I did like an 18 and a 15, and then hopefully at some stage I might be able to get in here and just bring dirt and then put some rock down and make this all level. It would be really nice if this was a level edge and then the loader can drive off when it's stacking it. Makes such a big difference. I've just had a call, the drill's on its way. I can actually just hear it coming down the road now. Lee dropped all my seed off the other day, or most of it actually. There's a little bit left to come. This is what I'm sowing today. Mohaka, 19 kilos, red clover 5 kilos, and that white clover 1 kilo. So haven't tried this before, pretty keen on it though, or pretty keen to see how it goes. Morning, Lockie.
G'day.
That's a little flash, new-looking tractor.
Oh, not that new. Well,
Not that new?
second year now, so yeah, it's nice and clean.
Oh, second year. Well, yeah, it looks very clean. Do you want to calibrate here, or
Oh, I could do, yeah.
the seed's just there so I can chuck it up to you if you want?
Yeah,
And
no, that's good.
It's just calibrating at the moment, so letting so much seed fall into a little container, then weighing it with some scales there, then entering it into the computer and the tractor, and it should all match up. It's going on at 25 kilos to the hectare, which is just a bag a hectare. It's pretty easy. This is definitely one gateway I'm planning on making bigger. It's a little bit tight. Couple of inches each side, not a heck of a lot. Lockie's drilling today, and Lockie's from, are you from Ashburton? No, further south.
Yeah, sort of see down, yeah, sort of, I don't know, Temuka, I guess you could say.
Oh yeah, Temuka, it's got a famous set of cattle yards there. But you've come up, this is it your second season? Third season?
Second maize, yeah.
And Lockie's girlfriend also works for Finch's too. She's
driving a truck now, yeah.
Yeah, she's a true trucker this year. But you're enjoying it? You're going to go away after this season? You're planning to go to Canada?
Yeah, well, we ended up going to the UK now, so we booked the flights on that the other day, so we're flying to England.
So you're going to go for this, their summer? Oh, that's cool.
So we'll fly over to England and then...
Do you know where you're going?
Just south of Manchester, I think.
Oh, awesome.
Yeah, so we're going there just after duck shooting opening.
Cool.
Fly over there, yeah.
Oh, that'd be pretty cool, yeah. Yeah, UK's, yeah, it's pretty neat, eh? Like, there's a lot of different things between New Zealand and the UK, but it is a cool place to work. Like,
yeah,
it's got
something different.
Yeah, very historical, and all the pubs are pretty cool, like very traditional.
Yeah.
But no, you'll enjoy it. It's good to go somewhere else anyway. Here's another good example why we do spray out. Just through here, there's a big strip of just real matted, weedy sort of stuff, but it has died down really nicely. I think possibly, like through here, there's not many maize stalks or stubble, and that's because the pheasants got in here, which sort of opened it up, let a lot of light in, and it also enabled all these grasses and weeds to grow. Because if you just come over a couple of rows, see, it looks pretty normal again. It's not too bad. Yeah, look at that. That stubble line straight down there, or that drill row, everything that side's not too bad, and then it's just real weedy through there. Really don't know why that's happened. Maybe it was to do with the pheasants, or there was that strip that they missed when they drilled it a few years ago, and that's why I put this paddock into maize this year to get rid of it, and maybe this was that strip down there. I decided to put this one in mohaka, which is a short-term grass. It's not an annual, which lasts for 1 year. It is a grass that I should expect to get 2 to 3 years out of it, and the reason being I didn't put it in like a permanent grass was that I will probably put this one back into maize in the next couple of years, or whenever the grass runs out. So this paddock in here I do want to put in maize, but it probably won't be next season because I haven't put an annual in there. And I also want to rip this hedge out that's at the bottom of this paddock. I have talked about that in another video, and also over there, so I'm going to open this whole block up and re-fence it. And when I do it, I'll join this paddock up with them, but it gives me a nice new grass for the cows next season. And I'll pick another poor performing paddock that I'll put in maize. I got Dad to spray a bit of this paddock out as well, because it was pretty weedy through here, like you can see all the thistles, and it sort of needs it as well. And he moved the fence over a little bit further than I thought he was going to. So I've just undersown it, which isn't a bad thing, because I want to see how it comes up with, or how it comes up through this grass. It's like undersown into here. It's 1 hectare down. He's done the headland, it's just filling in the middle, and it looks like there's probably another hectare. All of this all up might have been 2. We did harvest 1.3 3 in here, but with that added bit out the side there, it might have taken it up half a hectare, so hopefully he's got enough seed. If not, I've got more down there, so it's not all bad. Lockie's all done. Looks like he had a little bit of seed left over. Oh yeah, there'd be 5 kilos in there maybe. And what else have I got here? I've got 2 more bags of mohaka, and then my permanent grass seed is these blue bags, and that's Reason. So this is a new variety that I'm trying. I haven't tried this before. Usually I go Legion, but this has got a little bit earlier heading date, and it's 21 kilos and 4 kilos of white clover. But this is supposed to be good. I'm quite excited to try this too. Good to get some of it in the ground at least anyway. It is perfect growing conditions after that rain. There's moisture in the soil. There's heat in the air now. It was very cold this morning, but there's a lot of heat around now. Talking about moisture, the next time it's going to rain, and it probably won't be for another week by the look of the weather forecast, I need to get some more fertiliser on. The fellas from Power Farming actually came out yesterday and sort of just walked me through the spreader if I had any questions or whatnot, and I actually didn't know this, but there's 2 gearboxes down there, or 2 PTO shafts, so I actually switched it over to the slower one because I changed the spread width. I was doing it 24 metres, and I think that's a little bit wide for our farm. Our paddocks aren't big enough to do that, so I've gone down to an 18, and I got talked through it on the phone, and it says, like, it recommends what settings you need to be on, or it tells you what settings you need to be on, and the PTO shaft needed to switch over. But it was actually quite good. They came out and did that. I had a few questions, so it was awesome. But I'm also looking at getting, I'm not sure what you call it actually, but it fits on the side. Just on here, the holes are already there, so it just bolts on. Takes like half an hour to whack it on. I looked it up and it looks like it's called an exact line or border spreader. So what happens is if you're spreading and you get close to something, you can whack it down so it's not spreading the whole width. It sort of brings the spread width in on one side, which would be pretty handy because our paddocks are so small. I've got to go over them quite a bit, twice, so it would be good in situations like that, and also around drains and whatnot. So I have been looking at that. I think it was priced up. It's about $2.5 grand. I haven't got the quote back yet, but it's well, it's around that mark anyway. I'll definitely get it at some stage, but maybe not at the moment because these 2 tyres here are off. The new Holland, I had to get a couple of new ones yesterday. Went with BKT. They're not the best tyre on the market, but I didn't want to pay for the best ones. But they're pretty expensive. These are $3,400 each. The tread on these were definitely getting down and probably needed replacing at some stage. It was just, yeah, a bit of a bite and unexpected cost that came in yesterday. And the reason we had to actually get new ones is that one of the tyres had gone flat 3 times in the last sort of 10 days. I got a new tube in it last time and then it blew out again, and he said when he came out, like, there's just so many cracks on the sidewalls for one of them. There's about a dozen of them by the look of it, and they were sort of shot, so, and you can't really replace just one tyre, so I had to get 2 new ones, but at least they're done now. With the extra tread depth, they do cut up the paddocks a little bit more though, so there is a bit of a downside. It's going to be good though. It's going to give me more traction around the sort of hills, and I'm going to be spreading quite a bit soon too. I'm putting on phased N, I think it's called. I need to have a look, and I'm pretty sure it was that, and that's 100 kilos to the hectare, so I've got to do 8.5 loads to get that all on in the next sort of month. Want to get it on pretty quick while it's nice and warm, and it is good growing conditions, and we do see that growth. However, that will pretty much do it for this video, guys, so thanks for watching, and other than that, see you next time.